Sup, me again. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I am unfortunately dealing with similar feelings to those that I have talked about recently and have been feeling recently, and that is that I want to drink, I want to have a drink, I want to feel it, I want to numb myself out just for a day, just for a motherfucking day, you know? And I'm frustrated at that feeling, but at the same time, I'm not beating myself up for feeling it. Not at all. You know, I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority right now, not smoking any green, not drinking any alcohol, fucking dieting my ass off, training most days of the week, working 2 jobs. I'm in the fucking minority. I'm doing everything right. Can I at least just let my hair down one day? You know what I mean? For a few hours. That's what I'm thinking. That's the kind of reasoning I'm sort of, trying to convince myself is it's worth it. That's the justification behind it. I'm not going to do it. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm 98% sure that I won't be drinking today. And as I've mentioned previously, I've got to work each of the next 13 days straight. Or 12 days straight at this point. So, it's not feasible. But the thoughts are there. You know, I just want something. You know, I just feel like I just want a little buzz. I just want just something. And those are feelings that a lot of you guys out there watching these videos will be familiar with. And maybe you are buzzed up right now. And if you are, I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I wouldn't mind a taste of it. Because I live in such a fucking boring place. Alice Springs is so remote. It's so isolated. There's fuck all that goes on here. All I'm doing is working and training and playing with my kids. And today, I haven't even been I trained this morning. This is my one day off of work, and it feels like my body has allowed myself to just feel fatigue, extreme levels of fatigue. Today, I've been laying down, I've been getting up intermittently. I'm going to the store at the moment to pick up some things, but overall today, after I got home from the gym this morning, I have been just really, really tired. And hey, that's life. But I feel like I may be burning the candle at both ends. And of course, bringing alcohol into the mix isn't going to help anything whatsoever. But at least I would be able to enjoy my fatigue. You know what I mean? At least I'll be able to just chill. Just genuinely just chill for a minute. I don't know. Who knows? A couple of drinks may completely change my perspective on things, because when you get to a certain point, you've been sober for a while and you've got certain thought patterns going through your head each and every day. It's like, fuck, maybe, it's almost like psychedelics. It's like, have a little trip of a psychedelic and it can completely change the way that you see things. Like my trajectory could completely change. I could realize, how unreasonable I'm being, possibly. I could realize, what I really want to achieve out of this year, rather than what I'm telling myself I should achieve. And to be quite honest, guys, for one of the first times in, quite a while, I realize that right now I'm pretty much not making any sense. I'm trying to collate my thoughts. Fundamentally, we're talking about quitting alcohol in this video, and I can't seem to shake it. I can't seem to shake this desire. I know that come tomorrow, that'll be gone. But this weekend, it's really hit me, and leading up to this weekend, it's really hit me, and I just can't seem to shake it. I'm not really laughing anymore. I'm not laughing. I'm not really enjoying anything. It's like it's a depression that I'm going through, and I know that alcohol's not gonna help that in the long term. But as we know, in the short term, it can at least numb you out from those feelings and sort of bring you back into the now. And you don't. Yeah, it numbs you out to the negatives, and you can sort of just be jovial again, freely. That's what it did for me. And that's why I wanted it every single day, because it put me in that mood, it put me in that mindset. Now, as I've said before, and I'll finish it here, every single time you drink, every single time I drink, it's a choice. It's a conscious choice. And I'm going to be walking past a bottle store. And if I don't buy anything and I get home, look, I'll feel proud of myself, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a bit of FOMO going on, a fear of a fear of missing out. And I don't know, man. I go back and forth. These videos are helping, I think. And yeah, I came here to get sugar-free lemon squash, sugar-free solo, cans of it, so that when I did have, craving for something fizzy, something cold, something sweet, instead of eating a cookie or a chocolate bar or something unhealthy, I could have a can of drink. And I haven't had any soda in the house for the last week, so it's a good option, and that's what I'm going to buy. No alcohol, just sugar-free solo, sugar-free lemon drinks. Much better, right? Much better. Come on, Jacob. Knock some sense into you, for God's sake. Get through today, and that will pretty much guarantee me at least 30 consecutive days of sobriety. And it doesn't matter whether I'm 100 days through this, 200 days through this, 300 days through this. Doesn't matter when or where you are in life. 30 consecutive days of sobriety has got to be good for you. It's got to be good for you mentally and physically. But, even though I am sober, I'm struggling mentally at times. I think I am. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Look, oh God. I've been working too much, man. But I need the money. We all need the money. I am able to save somewhat at the moment. If I wasn't working my second job, I don't think I'd be able to save much at all, which means that I'm just like a whole heap of other people out there working a full-time job and unable to save because of rent, food. Rent and food are the main things. Electricity, rent, food, electricity, petrol, not so much, because we do live in such a small place, so it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to get anywhere. Petrol is pretty much it's yeah. Don't really think about petrol, but as far as food and rent is concerned, it takes up a lot of my wages. I'm getting over it, man. I'm getting over fucking paying Australian prices. I'm getting over paying. Actually, you know what? I'm just tired as fuck. I am tired as shit. I've got to get in the store, get back here without drinking alcohol, get home, and just shut the camera off and just move on. That's what I've got to do. I'm talking absolute gibberish, and I apologize. So once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you when I see you. I'm not going to say that I'm going to see you tomorrow. I am going to say that 1 like equals 1 prayer. Have faith in me. If I get through tonight, like I said, I'll get through the next week at least, and we'll get to day 30. We get through 30 consecutive days of sobriety. We will be at day 100 and something, which is the furthest I've ever taken a video series on this channel. So we're hitting milestones left, right and center, guys. I've just got to get past that motherfucking bottle store and get back in this car. So that's the plan. Guys, I've come to a realization, and look, I know this. I'm just trying to sugarcoat it, honestly. I am trying to sugarcoat this simple fact, okay? I am completely and utterly done with living in Alice Springs. I am completely and utterly done with it. My attitude stinks because oh man, I can't even explain it. I'm bored shitless. I am lonely. You know what I mean? Fundamentally pretty lonely. Lonely at work, lonely at home. I can't do it. I've got to get the fuck out. But it's so hard because I've got kids and I'm not shying away from that. Okay? I'm not shying away from that fact. It's a huge fact. It's the only reason why I'm here. It's the only reason why I'm here. And every time I give them a hug, or every time I calm them down and comfort them when they, hurt themselves and cry, and, every time I do anything like that and, fulfill that father role, I think, okay, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm making the sacrifice to live in a fucking shithole like this. Is for these moments, for this reason. But the only way I've ever been able to stay here, the only way I've ever been able to remain here for this long. I first got here in 2010, guys, 2010. I spent 10 years straight, pretty much, here. And then I went back to Christchurch for a couple of years. Went back to New Zealand for a couple of years. And since, early 2022, I've been back and forth, because I come here and I get a job, and, well, actually, no. During 2022, I was all in on YouTube. So I came here, I was doing my YouTube thing, and, bit of training, got a bit of sobriety under my belt, and in the end, I ended up feeling the exact same way that I'm feeling now, which is depressed, and I had to leave, and I did leave. And this time, each and every time I come back, when I start feeling these things, I try to shake them off. I try to block them out, because I've got more and more to lose every single time I leave. But it's just necessary. It's what I have to do. It's what I've always done. And I need to do it again, or else this is only going to get worse. These feelings are only going to get more intense, and I am going to start, struggling more and more, which is then going to affect the way that I am with my kids, the way that I am around the house, the way, I live my life. Like, I can really see myself relapsing big time on alcohol, because I'm just not happy. I'm just completely over the fucking place, and I need a break, and I'm talking like a month. So I'll let you guys know when I know.